pan de Picos. Today on Baking Bread we'll be creating a Spanish baguette that literally tears itself apart. Something not unfamiliar to this country, consisting of several distinct regions. I'm Georg Matthes and I'm a European correspondent, but I also love to bake. So here's some food for thought from Spain. You need just 35 milliliters of water to make the pre-dough for a Spanish pan de Picos. Mix the water together with 1 gram of yeast and 70 grams of plain flour. Leave it to ferment in a glass jar, like EU leaders during an overnight summit. 14 hours at room temperature. Spain's Prime Minister knows the score.
We need to be patient. We need to stick to our values, principles, our common goals.
In this case, our goal is a pre-dough that is as fruity as Spain. By far the largest orange producer in Europe. Next, take 150 milliliters of water and mix in 290 grams of plain flour. After 30 minutes, add the remaining ingredients. Another 200 grams of plain flour, 80 milliliters of water, 5 grams of fresh yeast, and 10 grams of salt. Knead the dough by hand for 10 minutes and leave to rest for 5. Then roll it out with a rolling pin. This loaf is from a family of breads called pan candeal. These were reserved for the nobility and kings who, much like dictator Franco later on, were responsible for centralized rule from Madrid. So always roll the dough outward from the center to the edge, applying even but intense pressure, something all Spanish region experienced at some point in time. Spray the dough with a bit of water and then fold it. Repeat this step 4 times.
This is something unacceptable for us.
Really? Come on. If you can have 4 elections in just 4 years, surely you can do this 4 times over.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, so how about we repeat this step just once for every official language that is spoken in Spain? Castilian, Galician, Basque, and Catalan. Would that be okay?
I think so.
Excellent. So next, divide the dough into 3 pieces. Roll them out and roll them up into a sausage, about 25 centimeters long. 15 minutes later, you need to reach for a razor blade. Make deep cuts into both sides. The pan de Picos is a bread that literally tears itself apart, just like its home country, Spain. The pieces are yearning to detach themselves at every corner. For a long time, separatism was strongest in the Basque country, but now the government in Madrid faces the intense heat of protests from Catalonia. 200 degrees Celsius is what you need. Now glaze the loaves with water, slide them into the oven and throw in a good dash of water. Bake for 30 minutes. Glaze the finished loaves with hot water and let them cool on a grid. Good news for separatists. It's pretty easy to break off a corner of this national treasure without provoking a constitutional crisis. Thanks for watching, and if you're hungry for more bread recipes, click here.